Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the District 9 Community Chat. I am so excited to join you in this new platform today. I am Lolita E. Walker. I am your District 9 representative for the Prince George's County School Board. I have been in office this is my second year. I was elected December 2022 and my term ends in 2026. But in the meantime, in between time, I am here to bring you all things District 9, keep you informed. And as you know, the school board is all about policy and governance and fiduciary responsibilities. So in early on, I wanted to make sure that I had a way to communicate with each and every one of you all. So I want to say a super shout out for all of you all who have been coming to my virtual community chats for over a year. Now, we're shifting some things now. So for some of you all, it's the first time that you're engaging in a community chat, and I'm so excited. For the ones who have been here for over a year, I want to say thank you so much for showing up. We're in the midst of transition, so I want to talk to you all a little bit today about what the community chat is all about. To welcome all the new folks who are here, let you know how you can get on here with me virtually in order to talk live. Also, how you can still give comments about some upcoming events and some things we talk about at the community chats. But first, I want to take a step back and just tell you a little bit about myself. I am Lolita E. Walker. I represent District 9. And so hopefully I have some District 9 people who are listening in. This today is streaming live on my Facebook page for District 9. So if you're not already a part of it, go ahead over to Facebook and look up Lolita E. Walker. I think it's Lolita at PGCPS D9. So if you just type that into Facebook for search, then you'll get on the Facebook page in case this is shared out so you know how to get here in the future. So I started these chats because I wanted an opportunity to be able to talk to our constituents and talk about some issues, concerns, but also be solutions focused in how we approach things that I could bring back to the board because I am elected. You elected me in order to make sure that I could talk through your needs and vote on your behalf when it comes to school board business, right? So we have had topics such as safety and security. We've had folks from different what am I trying to say? Departments at Prince George's County Public Schools. We have had, when it came to fentanyl, and we saw this big outburst of fentanyl inside of our schools. I had an anesthesiologist on with a police officer. The anesthesiologist talked to us about what fentanyl really does to your body, the medical grade fentanyl, and then the fentanyl that's on the street. And that was so interesting. Parents had so many questions, but really they wanted to have the replay of that because it was really, really good. It was good conversation. It was good information, some things we learned that we didn't know before. And I didn't have it recorded. And I wasn't recording for the last year because sometimes when there's parents on here, we talk specifically about their children. And I just didn't want it to be publicized out beyond. However, what I've learned over the course of that year is that people want to come back to the replay. Or I've heard from some of you all, and you said, you know what, 8 o'clock is really early for me on a Saturday, and I can't get to it because I'm taking my children to different places. And so, or they're in sports, or they're in band, or they're doing lessons, or all of the things. And I get it. So we do 8 o'clock in the morning so that we can get in and we can get out and you can have the rest of your weekend. So I'm starting these today in a different format. That was on Zoom. And I think, it would be kind of upwards to about 10 to 15 people that would come at 8 o'clock in the morning. Sometimes we had less, sometimes we had more, but really, really, really good conversation. So now what we have is now we're going to be streaming this live. So whether it's me just being able to talk to you all or you all want to call in, I can have up to 10 people, including myself, live. And so I want to give you an opportunity to join me live if you would like to. We meet every third Saturday at 8 o'clock a.m. You don't need to turn on your camera if you don't want to. And the way that you're going to do that is not by the bit.ly that I had before, because that'll take you to a Zoom, and we're not doing Zoom anymore. This is to join me live in these virtual community chats. You're going to email rosa.lopez@pgcps.org. And I have it right here on the screen. It's Rosa, ROSA dot Lopez, LOPEZ at pgcps.org. All right. So the first 9 people, or depending if I have somebody come on, if you all said, hey, I want to learn more about, let's say, school interventions, academic interventions, because we've been talking that a lot on in this forum, then I would ask somebody to come in to really talk specifically about what your needs were. And so if there's 2 people there, then we just subtract the 3 from the 10, and make sure that you all are here. Okay. All right. Next, what else were we talking about? All right. So I've had different guests, but you just email Rosa and then you can join me here. Okay. So a couple of things I want to talk to you all about to make sure you have inside of your toolkit. pgcps.org. pgcps.org is an amazing resource. So if you go to pgcps.org, that's all things Prince George's County Public Schools. You can go into the search and search for anything. You can search for transportation updates. The transportation audit just came out. Get to know the information. If you want to know more about the Policy and Governance Committee, for instance, I am on the Policy and Governance Committee. If you have questions, you can type in Policy and Governance Committee. You can type in for our Operationals and Budget Committee to learn more about the budget. We're in budget season right now. We've already approved our budget. However, based on some laws and whatever gets passed during our legislative season, we'll come back for reconciliation. And the goal is to provide as much as we can for our Prince George's County public school scholars. And or if you're academic achievement, we have all of our committees there. If you go to board and you search for our committees right there. So I want to just make sure you all have the information that you need. Also, if you want to get my newsletter, which I send out every single month, you will go to, I'm typing it in right now, bit.ly/district9news. Okay. I'm going to show you that so you can see it here. bit.ly/district9news. And what you will be able to do is you'll be able to see my newsletter. So let me see if I can present that here. I did not know you can share a screen right here. This is amazing. Okay. So I think you can see this actually. Isn't that pretty fancy? So my newsletter has already gone out. It's created in Canva. So let me show you what that looks like. I guess I could have gone to the PDF actually. All right. So if you don't get it, this is some things that you're missing out on, okay? And I want to make sure you all can get the information. We won't go through all of it, but I'll show you all what it is. So I give you an introduction. That's every month. So this month is Women's History Month. It's also Multiple Sclerosis and Kidney Health Awareness Month. So I had some information in about that. We have amazing things that happen in and around our district. So if you are an administrator or scholar that's watching now, then guess what? If your school sends in information to rosa.lopez@pgcps.org, or you send it directly to me, you too can be inside of our newsletter. I'm invited all the time to schools in order to speak or to bring greetings. And this here is an oratorical contest that was put together. It was put in place by Franklin Bourne Bar Association. And guess what? A scholar for District 9 came in first place. I'm so excited for him. And so this was in our recent newsletter. Mr. Barahona won first place. So we're super excited for him. And he represents Surrattsville High School. Okay. So we'll have some shout outs for what's going on. Want you guys to know about my upcoming District 9 third Community Parent Summit. So why am I so excited about this? This is the third one. The first community summit I had was in 2023, I feel like, and it was at Akakik Academy. And a lot of you all came out. It was great. It was pure discussion. We had some resources from PGCPS that were there. It was just amazing. We had scholars that were there, and I'll tell you, there was a scholar from District 8 who was there, and she was just so into the conversation. She was adding in from a student's perspective on what all of us were talking about. And I was so impressed with her that I recorded her there and ended up giving her a community shout out at the Board of Education. And so this is just a reminder that when your scholars show up in all of their greatness, then guess what? They will be rewarded. And it might not be right away, but when people see them, it just shows up and they are just so brilliant. I'm always so impressed with our District 9 scholars and our Prince George's County scholars everywhere. Okay. All right. So this is the third community summit. The second one that I had, it was more of a, we had a DJ there, and it was more of a come and grab some resources. We had free eyeglasses in the eyeglass vision test that was happening right there. So this one is going to be at Stephen Decatur. So mark your calendars. Let me make it a little bit bigger in case you can't see it. Mark your calendars for April 20th. It's at Stephen Decatur Middle School. We would love for you to register. You can go to, let me type that in here too so you can. Okay, hold on. Bit.ly. Oh my goodness. Bit.ly/District 9 community. So if you go to bit.ly/District 9 community, then you can RSVP. And if you need translation services, we can make sure that there's somebody there for Spanish or French or the language that you speak. We also, if you need ASL services, make sure you put that in. We're super excited to have you there. And we are hoping that that is just going to be packed. We're going to be talking a number of things. We're going to have Delegate Jamila Woods there. So if you're in District 9, if you're in School District 9, we're covered by 2 legislative districts, okay? We're covered by District 26, which the senator is Senator Muse, Anthony Muse, and then we're also covered by District 27A, where the senator is Mr. Michael Jackson. And so we have also delegates that's in both. And one of our delegates in District 20, Legislative District 26, who represents School District 9 and District 8, is Miss Jamila Woods. Okay, so Jamila Woods is going to join us. She's one of the co-sponsors, and she's going to be there on April 20th. And by April 20th, our legislative session is going to be over. So for 90 days, you all already know, in Annapolis, they are creating bills, making bills, revising bills, and that'll go into legislation. So she'll have a chance to talk to us about some of the legislative bills that came through, some that affect us and obviously our community here in District 9. So we're hoping you can come out for that. We're also going to be talking safety and security. A lot of our community want to know how we can keep our scholars safe, especially because the summertime is coming. So we're going to be talking that. You might have missed over the course of some chats that we had. I think it was 2 chats ago, maybe it was last month's chat, but we talked about security in middle schools, because in our middle school, one of our middle schools in District 9 is Akakik Academy, and we had our security enhancements there. I was there for the rollout on day 1. It went very smooth, 30 minutes, all of our scholars were through. So we talked about what that looked like and felt like and why it was coming to Akakik Academy. We just talked about all of the things. So these are why these chats are so important. So I'm so excited that now we're bringing it from just us, the community that was there, the small group that was there, so that you can listen to the replay and do all the things. If you are watching live, you can type into Facebook and I'll see your comment and you can engage that way as well. All right. So we're also going to be talking on April 20th for parental engagement. We'll have members from PCAC there. We'll also have a scholar who is going to be doing a piece about mental health. I'm really excited about that. So come out and make sure you hear that. We're also going to have academic interventions. How can our students learn, grow, not only Tutor Me, Dreambox, all of the things that are available right here in Prince George's County that's at our fingertips. Did you know that you can log on to Tutor Me and you'll have a face-to-face person that can help your scholar with homework? It's amazing, right? They can ask them homework questions about any subject that they have, and they'll walk it through with them. That's available at PGCPS. Did you all know that I'm going to put it in my next newsletter? I just found out too. So we have been asking for community schools and services in District 9, because as you know, there's community services in schools, the community schools and community service wraparound services all over Prince George's County, but there was a gap inside of District 9. And so there are 3 schools where it's coming to, and I'm so excited about that. So I'll have that information inside of the upcoming newsletter. One is Francis T. Evans. One is Stephen Decatur. And what's the third one? I ran into Dr. Ingrid Horton the other day, Williams Horton the other day, who's over community schools. Maybe I'll invite her to the next community chat so she could just talk about the wraparound services that's available. But they already had their meeting for the schools, and now it's up to the school coordinators to execute which pieces of the wraparound services will be at their schools. I'm so excited about it because some of the wraparound services at other schools are not only pantries for those in need or clothing for those in needs, but additional mental health supports and things like that. So I'm super excited about it. As we learn more information, then I can bring that here. I think maybe I'll ask Dr. Ingrid to be here next month. Okay, what else are we going to be talking about? Mental health. Yes, talked about mental health. Hopefully we'll have a PGCPS resource there to talk about what we're doing for mental health. Yesterday, I was at Accokeek Academy. Okay, love Accokeek Academy. I graduated from Eugene Burroughs Middle School when it was Eugene Burroughs Middle School. It's two schools. Now it's all one, Accokeek Academy. And I was there yesterday with Shelby McCrae of Government Relations, as well as Dr. Juanita Miller was there as well, who's a former delegate, but also, as you know, former chair of Board of Education and currently sits on the Board of Education now. So she's also co-sponsoring this April 20th event, okay? We were there, and there was this amazing scholar, and his name is Mr. Motley. Okay, his name is Mr. Motley. He's an amazing scholar, 8th grade. He was the SGA. He's the SGA president. But yesterday, we got so many amazing questions at Accokeek Academy. So I bring that up because sometimes when I'm out and about, I just see all the brilliance that's inside of our scholars. And it's just so exciting. So super exciting. But we're talking mental health. So one of the questions that they asked is, what can we have additional mental health days? They did ask that yesterday. And so I talked to them about mental health is being talked at all levels of government. It's being talked inside of our communities. We recognize that there's mental health challenges. There are mental health professionals in all of our schools now. And that's something that Shelby McCrae, who represented the administration yesterday, is taking back for us to be able to take a look at. And then we also started brainstorming at the school level, some things that can happen at the school level. So one of the teachers who was there yesterday, she was saying they have this period, it's called Eagle Time, specifically at this school. And that's time where scholars can kind of study, they can get tutoring, they can do catch up on work, they can do a number of different things for this period. And one of her brainstorms was, what if we could use this once a week to just for some kind of calming methods, be able to play things like lo-fi on YouTube or things, relaxing music. And I just thought that was so good because not only did one person think of it, but it was all of these other people adding in, like, what can we do now that we've heard our scholars talk about that they want more insights into mental health and how that they can kind of release a little bit before jumping into all of the things. Okay. I was really excited to hear about that. So we'll be talking mental health and so much more. We'll also have some community resources there. What else do I have going on? Yes, we are streaming live. So this streaming live, the information went out kind of late for this one here, but not to worry. It's okay. Today is a mini introduction. And then if you're interested, like I said, to be here live, you can email Rosa Lopez at pgcps.org. All right, what else do we have going on in this month's newsletter? Again, if you're not getting this newsletter, it's already gone out, then make sure you go to bit.ly/District 9 news, okay? Next, this month was Women's History Month, and so I celebrated the 9 women of the Board of Education. If you're unfamiliar with who represents each of the districts on the Board of Education, you can go to pgcps.org and click on board. It's right at the top of the Board of Education site. I'll take you through that in 1 second so you can know how to navigate pgcps.org. Let's see. And we have, of course, our student board member there. Let's scan through this National Reading Month. So you'll see some places that I was out representing District 9 and in the District 9 community. Disability, remember I told you it was Disability Awareness Month. And so just a little bit in the newsletter about that. Multiple sclerosis. What is multiple sclerosis? And what can you do now? This month, awareness for kidney health. I have in here 8 ways to keep your kidneys healthy. So the point is that this newsletter is all encompassing, has some pictures of, did you know that Surratt's Clinton Library was open again? It's amazing. So if you haven't been there, go ahead. They have a teen section. It's beautiful on the inside. My son made it to the newsletter. He was reading. He actually loves it and says, hey, can we go to the library? Absolutely. So it's a pretty cool place. Take a look. We had our unsung partner. So this is so cool. So unsung partner, what is it? In case you have never been to a board meeting or you haven't seen the board recognize different folks. So as I told you before, just in case you haven't watched the replay or you're just getting here, then um, there's opportunities for me to highlight folks in District 9. So we have a community shout out. This is where I have uh, let's see, I have highlighted different scholars for things that they've done. I talked to you about the amazing scholar that came, Medina was her name, that came to my first community parent community summit, and she was just so amazing. She added into the conversation. She was just so great. She was very proactive, and so I was so impressed with her that I interviewed her, and then I brought her to get an award. Her family was there. It was just really exciting. So recently we've had I highlighted Mr. Harry Dunn. Now Mr. Harry Dunn was a police officer during January 6th 2021, and he actually possesses integrity and courage. And it was amazing to see. He was at the Capitol that day, and it was amazing to know that he went to Surrattsville High School, which is in District 9. So why wouldn't I highlight him? Of course. And this is him right here getting that award. So we have an opportunity. He's a class of 2001. So I did a presentation for him. He's really excited about it. It was a very good opportunity for us to recognize him. Also, I have in here some PGCPS resources, et cetera, et cetera. We want you to stay. We could do school shout outs, right? If you're not getting a newsletter, this is all the stuff you're missing. So go ahead and go to, let me put it up here. bit.ly/District 9 News. This is how you will be able to subscribe to the District 9 newsletter. And here's the thing, it's not only the District 9 newsletter that you can sign up for. You can sign up for everybody's newsletter or any type of communication for every single district. We have 9 districts in Prince George's County. You can click on everybody's and get all the news that's happening around PGCPS. So that's something you can do right at this link, bit.ly/District 9 community. Okay. School shout outs. If there's news, photos, anything that is going on, you can send it to me, or your school can send it, administrators, teachers, staff, scholars, we can have that right here. Okay. You can email it to Rosa. Again, I talked a little bit about what we're doing for legislative platforms and what you can go see what we during this legislative session are opposing and what we are supporting by way when it comes to legislation regarding our PGCPS scholars. This is us in Annapolis. I'm a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. So AKA Day at the in Annapolis was pretty cool. Wes Moore was able to come and we were able to go into sessions with the delegates and senators and really hear about some of the legislation that's coming across. We won't go through all of these, but our spelling bee just happened, right? Spelling bee locally. And so a shout out to Francis T. Evans, Akakik Academy, and Stephen Decatur, who all had scholars who were there participating in the spelling bee. It was so exciting to see not only our scholars that were there. I had an opportunity to bring greetings, but also to see some of the teachers. Here is a teacher from Akakik Academy, which was awesome. Okay, what else do we have? Oh, Clinton Grove. See, Clinton Grove sent this in because they're super excited about being one of the 50 most improved schools, and we're excited to highlight them. Remember I told you that Akakik Academy is our school in District 9 for our middle school that has security enhancements. So this was on day 1. We had District 9. Remember I told you that it's mid-legislative session now. It's almost the end of legislative sessions, but District 26, one of the delegates in District 26 is Delegate Jamila Woods, and she is going to be at our April 20th District 9 Parent Community Summit. If you haven't already signed up, guess where you can go? Right here, bit.ly/District 9 community. Make sure you go there and register right there. This is my 93-year-old grandmother. She made the newsletter. She loved it. I showed her the picture. She was all in. Let's see. Community engagement. I don't even think Sonia Williams knows that she's in the newsletter. I got to make sure that I share this with her. But she was our District 9 board member for 7 years. She did an amazing job. I met her in that role when I was on the PTSA leadership team for Akakik Academy, and I was the legislative liaison as well as the vice president at the time. And boundaries were happening and changing. I had just kind of moved to the area. My son was new to the school. And I remember saying, what is this thing with boundaries? What's happening with boundaries? And people were really concerned. They were upset. They were confused. They were challenged. And I asked, who can I talk to and start bringing to PTSA meetings? And then I met Sonia Williams. And from there, history happened. So she's still out in our community doing amazing things. This is her with members of Fort Washington Alumni Chapter. They're doing this, in case you all don't know, they're doing this caregiving series in District 9. So if you are a caregiver or know a caregiver, it's amazing information to learn about what services are free and available to you. So that's things that I put in here too. Fentanyl. There's a video here to start prevention with parents starting at home. Transportation audit is in. Makeup days, we do not have to have any virtual makeup days, but this is just a reminder that when we get to our fourth inclement weather, hopefully we don't have any more inclement weather. It's spring, so I think we made it past the hump. This was our District 9 chat last time. So remember, I told you that we've shifted the format, right? Now we're going live, but before we were just on Zoom. So over a year, we have been meeting every third. Those who are available, we meet every third Saturday at 8:00 a.m., right? So people will come on and join the Zoom. This is from the last one. So this inside of the newsletter is just a thank you. So we have administrators, we have parents, sometimes we have community members that's talking about scholarships for our scholars. There's so much information. You never know what's happening here. Today, you only have me because we are switching our format. We're in transition. And so it's more of a welcome back. And this is how you can get involved. Okay. Let's see what else we got. We have a little bit of fun on here too. Did you know that at Gwynn Park High School that every Monday from 5 to 8, you can go for in-person assistance? I don't know if you knew, but here you go. Sometimes there's information that you don't know. So you come here, or you go here. Make sure you're keeping up with my socials too, because sometimes I post videos that don't necessarily make it into this form. So let me type in all the socials really quickly. Instagram.com/Lolita or PGCS. B9. I think this is it. Good morning, son. Okay, I'm going live. So now District 9 knows you're going back to sleep. Sounds good. Enjoy. That's what happens when you go live sometimes. All right, no problem. Good morning. Let's see what else. Oh, you have a voice. Guess what? Yes, you can provide testimony. So, I'm so glad that this came up inside the newsletter. It's always in the newsletter to remind you guys about it. So, Board of Education meets. You can find out about all of our meeting schedules if you go to pgucps.com and press board. Okay, I'll do that in a second. But you can provide testimony at the board meetings. And I have the link in here that you'll be able to click on there, but you can provide testimony there. You can do it verbally. So you can come and for 3 minutes, you can talk about concerns. You can talk about highlights. You could talk about wins. You can talk about what you would like to see, how anything you want. We have the administration. Every chief for the administration is always there. The superintendent is there. All of our board members are there. And that's a great opportunity for you to share. So I shared that with the students yesterday. We have students that testify all the time. And it would be great to make your scholars aware of that opportunity that they have. So, and our parents, the opportunities that they have as well. So we've heard things from, you can go back and listen to all of them. They're all recorded. They're on YouTube. You can watch all of the committee meetings, etc. Okay. Then you can comment on proposed BOE policies as well from the Policy and Governance Committee. We encourage you to come and give comment to any of our committees. Okay. We have a budget committee. We have our Policy and Governance Committee, and we have our Academic Achievement Committee. All of those are available to you to listen into, to provide comment for, to listen in and see what's happening for the next meeting and make sure that your voice can be heard. Okay. A lot of people don't necessarily know that. So this is another reason why I'm super excited that we're going to be live. So if people want to kind of scan through this video in the future, they'll be able to find out all the juicy information that you're getting right here. As you can see, it's a lot of information inside of my newsletters. So they are long, but they're inclusive. So you can look at them whenever you like. We have scholarships. So if there's scholarship opportunities, make sure you get them to me and I want to put them in. So Mr. Bill Teller has been given scholarships, free scholarship program for driver's education. You don't have to pay for driver's education, and these are scholarships. And he was telling me the other day that not many people are taking him up on these scholarships that exist. So there's a number of scholarships that's put here. If I see them come through, then I'll make sure I put them here for you all right now. The 26th District Senatorial Scholarship is up, so you can apply for that. I must say that I'm also a graduate of Morgan State University. One second. The sun is in my eyes. So I am a graduate of Morgan State University, and I was so pleased. I spoke at the 26th District Senatorial Scholarship event last year, and there was so many scholars that were there for that were going to Morgan State University. I'm just so excited about that. We also have, I think you also could have it if you're going into a trade, et cetera. So just take a look at that. You could search for Anthony Muse scholarships, and you can apply to that. And you can also apply not only if you are starting off going into school or trade, but you can also if you're postgraduate. Okay. So all of those scholarships are available, and every single senator and delegate have scholarships. Well, most of them do. So you need to look those scholarships up and grab the money that's being offered to you. A lot of folks don't apply to these, but our scholars need money, and this is an opportunity to do that. Also, state financial aid programs. Now, if you go to, there's a link here. So if you see it says click here, there's a link here that you can go and you'll see the different scholarships that's available in Prince George's County. You also could Google it, but make sure you are getting that information. Reason number 99, you should be getting this newsletter. Let's see. And if I see things like it was Black History Month, so visual art and poetry, there was a contest that was going on. There was the teen action groups that were happening out. We have our PGCPS commitment statement. How was this commitment statement pulled together? Well, we had a retreat, and each of our board members added a piece to this. So we started off by talking about what is the goal of the Prince George's County? What is our role of our Board of Education? And we came up with our renewed commitment to each of you all. And it says, we, the Prince George's County Board of Education, a united group of informed members, are committed to showing up with loyalty to our stakeholders, each of you all, affirming our resolve for collegiality with the focus and readiness to address the rigor of the work before us. We will ask succinct and intentional questions that build trust in our governance, decision-making, and oversight, leading to the advancement, prioritization, and equity of our school system. So as we read this every month, we started last month, we probably could practice a little bit more to do it in unison. But as we started saying this, the goal is that the more we say it, the more it becomes reality, the more we become accountable, the more we hold ourselves accountable for doing exactly this. All right, let's see. What else do you see inside of our newsletter? And get involved with your parent organizations. When I ran for office, one of the things that is really, really, really important to me is to tap into parent organizations and to ensure that in District 9, at least, that all of our parent organizations are up and running. And I know some are in their infancy stages, some are being revamped, some are very strong. So we're in different levels inside of our district by way of parent engagement, but the time is now. So if you are a parent and you're listening in, grab your neighbor, go to a PTA meeting. Your voice is so important because you help to drive the improvements that are happening at schools. You help to bring up the concerns that are there. I often hear from parents who feel their voices will not make a difference. It's not true. It absolutely does with your PTA. So your parent organization is so important. Get in and let your voice be heard. And your administration wants you there. So that is the, oh, you know what? Let me see if I could share. I said I was going to share pgcps.org. Let me see if it'll share on the screen. There you go. All right. So this is pgcps.org. Okay. So this, when you go to it, pgcps.org, there's a search. Well, the first thing you see board right at the top on the navigation, right at the top, you can hit board. Okay. Where that takes you is the Board of Education. Here's all of our amazing faces right here for who represent you. You click there and now you can really get a view of everything that's happening. So you have each and every person that represents you. It says what district. So I'm District 9, but I'm here because I'm also the vice chair. You have the districts that they represent. And then when you click on read more, for any of us. You can see the biography, so you learn a little bit about the person. Then you can subscribe to my updates, which is where you go if you do bit.ly/, District 9 community. No, District 9 News, District 9 News. And then it also tells you all of the schools. There's 22 of them inside of District 9. Okay. So you can see what schools are here in District 9. You can click on them. You can go to their website. And that happens. I'm just going to randomly choose someone else. So this is Dr. Zipporah Miller, and you can see all of her schools as well. It's the same thing for every single board member. So you can learn more about that board member by way of their bio as well as their newsletter or any information that comes out from them. Okay, so that's about the board. Okay, now, and our student board member, you can see her there as well. So did you know that in July we go to an all elected board? And so the faces will change a little bit, but and it's election season right now. Election season right now for a number of offices are up for re-election. My election comes up in 2026 because I was elected by each of you all in 2022, and it's a 4-year term on the Board of Education. So there are a number of folks that are running again for their seat. So I'll tell you what seats are available. It's so important that you understand what's happening inside of our election season, as well as who makes sense to be on a board to represent you. So whether it's District 9 watching or there are other members, other district members have come to our community chats as well. So in case they're watching or this gets shared, I want to tell you who is up for election. David Murray, who represents District 1. So District 1 is an election season for District 1. Shayla Adams Stafford is in District 4. It's an election season for District 4. If you want to, it's an election season for Zipporah Miller in District 5. It's election season for Kenneth Harris in District 7, and it's election season for Madeline Lasai Frazier in District 8. District 8 bumps right up against District 9. It's separated by a stoplight, and it starts in Fort Washington, okay? So it's important that we know who these folks are, the work that they've been doing. You can look at previous board meetings. You can click here and see. But let me give you an example of Madeline Lasai Frazier. So you can see all of the schools that she represents right here as well as find out a little bit more about her. Okay. All right. What else do I want to show you on this site? All right. I can show you here. So for instance, PCAC. I always get questions about PCAC. Can you all see this? It might be super little. All right. So PCAC is our Parent and Community Advisory Council. So if you want to know, oh my gosh, what is it that they do? So each of our districts have a representative on the PCAC. PCAC is a volunteer Parent and Community Advisory Council. The president is Miss Dolores Millhouse. She's doing an amazing job. It's in the midst of transition as some transition off of the PCAC council and some come on. We are so excited for District 9 to have had Dr. Sharon Porter, who did some amazing work and was such an amazing voice inside of District 9. As she transitions off, we will be getting a new PCAC representative. So I want to thank each and every one of you all who applied for that. The decision has been made, and it hopefully will be announced very soon. So excited about that. But here for PCAC, for instance, when you want to know more about it, there's announcements that's here. It talks about the purpose is to advise not only the superintendent, but the Board of Education about thoughts and practical advice when it comes. So they are your eyes and ears. They bring the parent and the community voice to advise the board and the superintendent on directions, on what they see and what they've heard based on what it is that we're doing. So we are excited about that. You could just, the point is here, you just type in the search bar. Okay. April is has autism awareness, right? So you can type in autistic programs. I was looking at this yesterday because it's in the upcoming newsletter for April. So for instance, you can look at specialty program. You can look at, hold on. I can't do two things at one time. Let me check this out. Hold on. Oh. All right. So we have autism services here. So we have an autism program at Rosaryville, which is in District 9 as well. So what you want to do, I'm showing you all, it'll be in the next newsletter, but you want to click on regional programs, for instance, and then you go to program locations. So this handy dandy chart right here, not only tells you about autism programs, which I was interested in, and you can see here that we have Surrattsville High School in District 9. Rosaryville, here it is. Rosaryville is in District 9. And you also could see, hold on a second. You also see other specialty programs that are here as well. How do I move this? I don't know how to move that. So we have early childhood programs, regional school programs, comprehensive special education programs, deaf and hard of hearing programs, autism, social, emotional, academic development, extension programs for autism, community programs. So this is the special education program locations. This is 2122. We should get this updated, but I'm pretty sure that these are the same as we move forward. Okay. In our current state. I wanted to show you these because pgcps.org is such a great resource. It's such a great resource. You could put anything in here. You put fentanyl, you put academic achievement, you put anything in here, and you can find out more. All right. We also have newsroom. You can find out all that wonderful information. Whew. All right. We have hit the gamut this morning. So as I look to almost close this out, we're about 41 minutes in. If you're just now getting here, you have an opportunity to type something in the chat. I'll be able to see it here. I can answer any questions. I'll try to. If I don't know the answer, not a problem. I will make sure we get it for you all. We talk all things here. If there's something that you would like to talk about as related to PGCPS, you can email myself, Lolita. Oh, let me put that here. Lolita.walker@pgcps.org. Okay. Or you can email Rosa. Okay, let me change that. Let me just add on right there. And or rosa.lopez@pgcps.org, who is my administrative support. We had Anise Ellis for our whole year before. She has transitioned into a new role within PGCPS. And I just want to say thank you to her in case she's watching. I doubt if she's watching now in her new role. She used to be here every single month for me over a year. So I want to give her a shout out and say thank you so much for all of your help. You just have been amazing. I'm just so excited for her in her new role. And so now we have Rosa Lopez, who is supporting us in District 9. You can email myself and or Rosa Lopez if you are interested in getting here so that we can have a real live conversation. We can take up to 10 total people. First come, first serve. We'll get you the link so that you can join in April for the third Saturday. If you are interested, it's at 8 o'clock a.m. No, you don't have to show your face at 8 o'clock in the morning. Most people, as you saw in the newsletter, have their cameras off actually. And then if you're still around, you can also type. Today, we went live in my Facebook group. If you're not a part of that, then make sure you join there because it'll go live. Also, I'm going to figure out how to get it on YouTube. I can get it on YouTube on my personal page, but I want it on my District 9 page, so I got to figure that out. Then also, I'm contemplating this to be on Instagram, but it seems a little long for it to be on Instagram. So I don't really know that as yet, but maybe we'll put some highlights on Instagram afterwards. But the point is, I want to make sure each and every one of you all have the opportunity to tap into me as a resource inside of District 9. Okay. I think that's all for today. If you have any topics that you would like discussed, then email us and I'll make sure that I will try to get a resource to be here. People have asked me about policies. So next month, legislative season will be over. It ends on April 8th. It's the end of legislative season in Annapolis. So by April 20th, when we have Delegate Jamila Woods coming, it'll be over. So she'll be able to talk to us about legislation. Okay. Also, in our April chat, we're using our April chat day, which is the 20th. Come to live in community, the Parent Community Summit. Okay. Come live and we'll chat there. That is everything for today, guys. So if you have anything, just make sure you email me and we'll get the right resource here. We'll have some fun on this bright Saturday morning or you watch the replay. All right. Bye.